What do you get when you mix a health coach and a wellness coach mixed with a lot of curiosity? You get two people who ask a lot of questions about health and wellness. Today we ask, what is hot and what is not?
We hear all about the trends and have to figure out what is right for us. So let's get started as we ask,
Wait, what? Boy, am I not cool when it comes to trends.
really?
I was like, I had to research trends and then what happened was I found one thing and then I got sucked down a rabbit hole. So I really inevitably didn't find any trends.
Okay. Well, I had a revelation with the whole trends thing too.
Okay, what was yours?
Should I tell you now or should I wait until the end?
Okay, you can wait.
Okay.
I'll wait. Real quick, my update from the last one, which was, what was my, I was going to work on my balance, right?
Yeah.
Not so well on my balance. I am doing exercises though that incorporate it in, like they're standing ab workouts, which you lift up your leg. So I figured doing both things with that.
Okay.
But I didn't do any research yet.
Okay.
So, but I am doing exercises that help it. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And I've been successful in exercising 20 minutes for about every single day for 15 days now,
Wow.
except for one day.
That's fantastic.
14 out of 15 days. Yep.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. I think it's good as a place to start.
Right.
Mine was to put my legs up on the wall.
Yeah.
And the last time I think we recorded, I was starting to get sick.
Oh,
As you can hear, I have fully immersed myself in the sickness.
Mm-hmm.
I am starting to get my voice back, and I look puffy for anybody who's worried about me. It's just this illness will go away. I don't know if it's strep throat. I don't know if it's a cold. I don't know what it is.
But you have been to the doctor, so.
I've been to the doctor, got all the medications, doing a lot of home remedies. One, I'll just share really quickly, is my mom did this for me, and I was like, oh, that's gross. But it actually, I think, helps with my throat. She squeezed some juice out of fresh ginger. Okay. And then equal parts of the ginger juice and honey, and just take it like a shot.
Oh, it's only a little bit.
Only a little bit, like a teaspoon of each.
Okay.
Or a tablespoon total.
Does it taste like...
It's very hot.
Yeah.
It's very hot, yeah.
Huh.
I think it's very soothing, though, to the throat.
I would think it would hit my stomach and my stomach would go, whoa, no?
No, I didn't have that problem, but I don't know. Maybe my stomach is such a mess. It helps, for sure. Because yesterday I was I don't know, I was so raspy. I think it's helped.
So how do you squeeze ginger, I guess is...
So I shredded it.
Okay.
And into a bowl or a plate. And then I took that ginger and I put it on top of a strainer and I just kept squeezing it with my hands or a spoon.
Okay.
And then all the juice came out. And it was really interesting because I thought it was more dry than it was. It had a lot of juice.
Okay, so this is a dumb question. Can you put ginger in a garlic press?
I have never thought of that, but I don't see why not.
I don't mean a big chunk of it because I know it's hard. But put up into smaller pieces and then stick it in, one of those garlic presses.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Okay. I've hardly ever bought fresh ginger. I think only twice in my life.
I like it. I like it in my tea, but I just think it's really good for your health anyway and for inflammation. So
okay.
I've been trying to do a lot of natural remedies. So that's one.
Awesome.
So my call to action is going to get put off. That's okay.
Are you going to, we'll figure out what you're going to do next week. So
yeah.
All right.
Here is the thing that I love. This I shared with our weigh-in group, but I really like it because I buy things and I don't use them and then they spoil and I have to throw them away.
Yes.
And then I need them again and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. So the thing I love is this seasonings in a tube. This one, coincidentally, is ginger paste.
Side note, I don't remember you sharing that.
That's a while ago.
Oh, okay.
But it's ginger paste, and if you don't use a lot of ginger, then this is great because this lasts for a long time. It's very potent. It does have an expiration date, which I can't read because I don't have my glasses on.
You get that in the fresh produce section?
Yes.
Okay.
It's near the vegetables, where they have the seasonings and herbs. It's there.
That are fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. In the cooler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. but they have all different kinds. This one is ginger. They have garlic. They have pesto. They have basil. They have all kinds. And if you don't like to throw away your spices and your seasonings, this is a great hack.
Okay.
This one is from Aldi, but you can buy it at any grocery store.
I didn't even know Aldi's has that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another question. Could you use that with honey?
I don't know. I don't see why not, but I don't know. I think the fresh for this particular purpose is more effective, but I don't know.
Okay.
I've thought about it.
Interesting. All right. Well,
I like it because, grating ginger is a lot of work, so it's a good hack.
Yeah. I mean,
and you don't waste.
Twice. So I totally go, yeah.
I think it's a great thing because
I know they also, like, you can also get, like, a paste, spaghetti paste in a tube for the same thing. Because sometimes...
They have tomato paste, too.
That's what I meant, yeah. Yeah. Because sometimes you only need, like, a tablespoon of tomato paste in something.
Yep.
And you're like, you don't want to open this can, so yeah, you can buy tomato paste in a tube as well.
And that's really good because, like, it's the same thing. You use a little, you save it in the fridge, and the next time you look at it, it has fungus on it, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I think those are great things.
Yeah.
Saves you money in the long run, honestly.
Exactly. Because you might have sticker shock when you initially buy them, but you're right. It's like in the long run, money saver.
Yep, exactly.
All right. So where are we starting this week?
So I think we have talked about a lot of very important and very serious topics, but because you were really busy and I'm not feeling well, we decided to just have a little bit of fun.
Yep. We're going
and so this is
fun.
This is a very light-hearted, fun, interesting topic.
And I had a revelation.
Tell me.
No, well, I have to tell you after I do all of my things.
Oh, okay.
So, do you want me to just go now?
Yeah.
All right. So what I did was, and full disclosure, like I could really deep dive into this, but I did not have a ton of time. So I took a couple things that I like. So I'm going to give you an example. I like chocolate chip cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I rated them 1 to 10. This is a total opinion. 1 being 10 being love it, right? So chocolate chip cookies, if they're homemade, to me, only get a 6, which shocks me. You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because if it's chocolate chip cookies with milk chocolate chips, it bumps it up to an 8.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And if it's chocolate chip cookies with, you're going to think this is crazy, with not a lot of chocolate chips, then you're getting to me a 10. You like
less chocolate.
More cookie than I do the chocolate chips.
No.
I know, but there's a pattern. Okay, first of all, I also love chocolate chip cookies without any chocolate chips. That dough is so good. Nobody makes it, and nobody likes it. Well, we don't know if anybody likes it, because you've never had chocolate chip cookie dough made as a cookie without chocolate chips, right?
It's very boring to me. I don't know. And I need chocolate. Unless you put other stuff in there, like butterscotch chips or peanut butter chips or pretzels or
that. But so here's what I realized. And I'll go through more. My revelation is like, there's no point in me even eating a chocolate chip cookie because it's not a 10 if it's not what I said is a 10.
So you like a bakery cookie or a packaged cookie? What's your preference?
No. I want a fresh cookie. But if there's a ton of chocolate chips in it, I now know, like, not even to have it. Because it's not a 10 to me. So when I went through and rated all of this, what I'm trying to say is, why am I having something if it's not a 10?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you another example. Pizza to me is a 10. I love pizza.
I love pizza too.
If it has any type of toppings on it, it drops it down to a 5. Because I like plain pizza. So what I'm saying is, why am I getting a piece of pizza if it has a topping on it? Just because it's there? It's not a 10. And people are probably hearing me going opposite. Like, plain pizza is only a 5 to me. But if you add the toppings, it makes it a 10. So then if you're listening, why are you eating a piece of plain pizza? It's not a 10 to you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's a really good point. You're just eating it just to eat it.
Just to eat it? Like, and I have literally, like, taken the toppings off, and you still get the flavor. And I don't like it. I genuinely just love a plain cheese pizza so much that it's a 10.
That's fair, though.
So why am I going to parties going, oh, they don't have cheese, or the cheese is all gone, so I'm going to pick everything? No, it's still only a 5 to me.
Do you think you would change your behavior based on that?
Yeah, I do. I really think I'm going. Here's another one. Well, some of them I might not change. All right, here's a fun one. Salads to me, a plain salad is a 5. I'm not a salad fan. All right, so if you just have a salad with just lettuce and maybe some cheese on it, that is not a great salad to me.
No,
That is
it's
a
not.
5, right? Not
Yeah.
to me, not even like I know with hardly any calories, but it's just not good. However, if you add sunflower seeds on that salad, it's immediately a 10 to me.
Oh, really?
If someone else makes it, it's immediately a 10.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
you make me a salad in a bowl with just whatever on it, it's automatically a 10. If it has protein on it, it's a 10. So what I'm learning is like I need to add stuff to it to make my salad a 10. Otherwise, I'm just
I'm
eating
on the
it
same page.
and I'm not satisfied. If I eat something that's
Yeah.
a 5, I'm not satisfied.
Yep.
Let's go back to that
I
chocolate cookie. If I eat it
agree.
and it's only a 5, I'm going to want something else.
Yes. Yes.
Same with the
You're
pizza.
gonna
If
be
I'm eating something and it's only a 5 or a 6, I'm not satisfied.
you're gonna be chasing that desire for the
See what it's like?
satisfaction.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, I think you're right. I can't talk anyway, but I agree that the best parts of a salad are the extra stuff. For me, it's like a salad topper, or when I was in Florida, they don't use dressing, so I used olive oil and a little bit of lemon and some salt and pepper, and it was fantastic. And some like nuts, and I don't know, it just tastes better when you add all the stuff into it.
Right,
And it doesn't
right.
have to be really caloric or really bad for you. It can be good stuff too, like your sunflower seeds.
Yeah. So I guess, all right, so here's a couple more. I did some fruits. Apples are a 10. They're like my favorite fruit. But if it's like mealy or the skin is soggy or, you know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
5. It's like, I don't even want to eat it.
Yep.
Okay. Pears. I love a pear. But if they're firm, no way. So it's a 5 if it's a firm pear.
Have you eaten those? I don't know what kind of pears they're like giant pears.
No.
I saw them at Costco and I was really curious.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna have to look into those. So like I typically buy pears and I let them sit out and I eat them when they get a little bit softer. My last one, and this just happened to me yesterday, like grapes. I was at my mom's and she bought grapes from Costco, and I love grapes, but only if they're crunchy. And if these were like not crunchy, they were like kind of soggy and they had like a plasticky taste.
Oh.
And I had a couple and I just started eating them like I didn't even enjoy them, but in my head I'm going, oh, but they're grapes. They're not that bad for you. And then I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
So actually writing this out today has helped me realize that like I eat food if it's not a 10. A lot.
Okay.
Why?
Is there? That's what I was just going to ask you. Why?
Why do I do this? I don't know.
Is it mindless, or are you just like not trying to create waves, or?
I think I need to do a deeper dive because I truly don't know. Here's another example. I don't like raw veggies. They're a 2. Always a 2. I hate them. But if it's a good quality dip, I will eat them and they make it a 10.
Okay. Okay.
So I guess what I'm learning from that is like, maybe if I'm going to a party, maybe I need to bring dip. Like that should be my thing. Like I'm going to bring dip.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. That's a great
Otherwise,
idea.
I'm not eating them. Like I'm not eating them and I need to eat them and I like them. Anyway, cake is a 10. But I have layers of ratings for that. And I realized that like if it's like a whipped cream frosting, I'm not going to eat it because it's only a 5.
Are you kidding me?
I know. See, now this is where this is where our podcast is going to be very opinionated. But what I want everybody to realize is like we need to do this with some of our favorite foods.
Yeah.
Take your favorite foods and rate it and go, okay,
Yeah.
how do I make how does it become a 5? How does it
Yeah.
become an 8? And then go, well, if it's ever a 5 or an 8, why am I eating it?
Yeah. Very true.
Right?
Yeah.
If it's buttercream frosting, it's a 10 and I'm going to eat it. But I don't like whipped cream frosting.
I love whipped cream frosting. So good.
No.
I think my favorite cake is cassata cake, which has a lot of whipped cream in it.
See, now that one is not one of my favorites. I would not choose that.
Really? What's your
I
favorite
would eat
cake?
it. It would eat it, but I'm not. I just like a simple cake with buttercream frosting.
Okay.
White chocolate, red velvet, whatever, it doesn't matter. I just like it.
You know, it's just a testament to how opposite we are. I like a cake that has like a lot of layers and cream, a crunchy layer. I am like a mousse and a
I'll eat
cake.
all of that. I will eat all of that. Don't get me
I
wrong.
love that. That's my
But
favorite kind of cake.
I had to put it. So for you, 5, just a plain simple buttercream might be a 5.
Yeah, I'll
So
eat
then,
it.
so then it's like, okay, it's not a 10. Do I eat it? You see what?
That's
Am
a
I making any sense
good,
at all
good
today?
question. It's a good question to ask yourself.
I don't even know if I'm making any sense. But what I'm
You're
realizing
making a
is
lot of sense.
I eat a ton of food that is not a 10.
Yeah.
A ton.
And why? You should be eating only a tens or
I
maybe
should,
nines,
right?
but yeah.
I mean, I'll even take an 8. But I'm eating food that is totally not a 10. Here's
Right.
one more example. My mom bought this popcorn from Costco, and I'll just call it out. It's that Himalayan brand. Great quality brand, by the way. Every ingredient is organic. You can read every ingredient. It's good quality. And she bought the butter flavored because that's what Costco had. It was terrible. It was
Really?
like a butter flavor. It was
Oh,
not good. But the bowl was sitting next to me, and I just kept eating it. I would give it a 3, and I kept eating it.
oh.
What is wrong with me? Why do we do this? Do you know what I was saying in my head? Well, it's not bad ingredients. It's not like I'm eating like processed crap. I mean, I know it is processed, but it's better for me than some of the other stuff. So I guess what it is more of a habit. Like I want to eat something, so I'm choosing this when really I need to do a deeper examination and go, why do you want to eat something right now?
Right. Right.
You know?
Or why do you continue the mindless dip
Right.
into the bowl?
Because I want something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's just this topic, which I was like confused on a little bit, how we were like, we're just gonna take food and have fun with it. I was like, okay, where do I go with this? And then I never realized it would be such an I'll give you another one. Coffee to me. If coffee is black, it's a 1. I'm not even gonna drink it.
I
At
agree
all.
with that.
Uh, oh, it has to have stuff in it,
I totally agree with that.
and it's a 10.
If I go somewhere and they have like a instant coffee, or I know we've done this at our retreats, and there's like dry milk powder or cream or something, I'm like, no, I need
Nope.
all the stuff in
Yeah,
it.
not even worth it, right? I was
Mhm.
gonna do ice cream, but I've realized ice cream is a 10 no matter what for me.
No matter what.
No matter what. If it's a soft serve, it's a 10. Well, I guess a plain vanilla cone to me is only a 5. I wouldn't even get it. But other than that, like I was like trying to dissect my ice cream patterns, and it was like it's a 10, 10, 10, 10, like no matter what.
Hmm. For me,
No?
I don't really love a vanilla. I need some texture in there. I need like nuts or something crunchy in there. I I'm starting to not love like going out to get ice cream. It doesn't taste as good to me anymore, which
Oh,
makes me so sad. I love ice cream.
I love it. Love it so much. So I guess it was just interesting to figure out. This is what I would challenge everybody to do. And I mean, obviously, we all have busy lives. Maybe just when you're driving, turn off the radio and start thinking of your favorite foods and then rate them and then go, okay, how could it be even better? Or how could it be, what's the worst number? Because I think that's what's eye opening.
Right.
And then you go, oh, well, I've eaten like the pizza. I eat a pizza that I take the toppings off a lot if I'm at a party and they don't have the plain. And I'm like, why am I doing that? Just
Right.
to eat it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And then if I compare it with other things, it's like, okay, well, if I bring my own dip, there's always a veggie tray to share, a dip to share. Then it's like, I don't need the pizza. That's only a
Yeah.
5. I can eat my veggies and make it a 10 with some good dip.
You're absolutely right.
So anyway, it was an interesting topic for me. What did you think of?
Well, I did something completely different.
Okay, tell me more.
When we said hot or not, I went through a bunch of things and I rated them if they were hot for me or not for me. So, and then I'll tell you my revelation at the end of this.
So you had one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carbs. I think they're hot.
I think they're hot.
And the reason why is because they're very satisfying. Sometimes there's only an itch that can be scratched. You eat a carb. But the problem is it has to be a relatively good carb for you, like a vegetable or fruit. And yeah, we all want like the bad stuff, sometimes chips or cookies. but I still think that sometimes, not all the time, sometimes it can just be a 10 or a hot.
So you think carbs not no matter what, but most of the time are always a high up score?
I think so because they give us energy and they make us
Oh, you went
productive.
the
And
science part. Yeah.
well, like to me, it all makes sense why our bodies crave carb. We need energy. I mean, I've been craving salt while I'm sick, and I think because I need more hydration. Our bodies are so smart. They tell us things and we need to listen. So I would say carbs are hot. They get a bad rap.
They do. They get such a bad rep, and it makes me so sad. Because
Mm-hmm.
even potatoes there actually is good nutrition in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
I
we
agree.
get that. That was one thing I wrote down was baked potatoes.
Oh, yeah?
Because I don't like white baked potatoes. I like yellow baked potatoes.
Really?
So it made me realize that when I'm at a restaurant and they have, you get a baked potato, those only are a 5 to me. Why am I
Yeah.
eating? Because
Yeah.
not eating it plain. I'm going to get butter and stuff on it. So why am I even eating that at all? I should just get the side of the vegetable instead of the baked potato.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, yellow baked potatoes are by far a 10 to me.
They have more flavor.
They're creamier. They're not as
Okay.
dry.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but carbs, they do get a bad name. Makes me
They
sick.
do. All
Okay.
right. The next one is going to be a little controversial.
Uh-oh.
Okay. The gym.
Going to the gym.
Going to the gym.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You have thoughts. Tell me.
I immediately say it's a not. It's not hot. But
For you, why?
because the whole thing, like I don't want to get in my car and drive there. I don't really want to share a machine that somebody else has been on. I don't want to clean it after I'm done because I clean enough crap in my life. I don't want to clean a machine.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on, but go on.
Now, that's a lot of the reasons I had. I find it very intimidating.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm using the equipment right.
Yes.
There's other people's sweats. There have been 2 times where I've been yelled at the gym. So I went to a gym, like I was a new member, and I went to go find a mat. I couldn't find a mat, so I found one, and I started using it, and this guy comes running over, and he goes, "That's my mat." I'm sorry, I didn't know. I don't know where the mats are.
Yeah.
The second...
Yep, unwritten rules at a gym. Correct. Go on.
Yeah. The second time, I was at we were on vacation, and I was using some machines to work out, and this guy's like, "I need both of these machines." I said, "But you're not using it. Can I use it while you're not using it?" He goes, "No, I need both of them for the next 5 minutes." I'm like, this is ridiculous. You're not using it. And then now I'm getting yelled at because I want to use the machine.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it really intimidating. I like working out at home. I have some free weights. I have the Peloton. I'm happy. I like a good walk outside. I will say some people need the gym, and
Yeah.
that's great. For me, it's a not.
For me, it's a not too.
Okay, the next one, which I think you'll agree with me on this, is jarred pasta sauce.
Okay. I don't know. I really don't know how you're going to go on this, but I'm going to tell you right now. And there's probably people in my family that are going to cringe at this. I've never made homemade sauce in my life. Just haven't done it. So, what? Go ahead.
I say it's hot
I do too. Okay, good.
because you can find some really good, clean pasta sauce that tastes amazing. And if not, you can always zhuzh it up with some spices. And it's such a good hack for when you're in a pinch and you need a quick dinner, and you could put it on anything, you know? I mean, it just is, it's such a good shortcut. I love good shortcuts.
I like that you called this a hot.
I love it.
Is me, by the way. I love my jarred pasta sauce. My family each has their own favorite jar. So sometimes I just have like their jars in the fridge and just boil some pasta, and then they just pour whatever sauce they want on it because,
Yeah,
right?
why not?
Yeah, that's a great point. Oh, did I tell you guys I put lentils and quinoa and spaghetti sauce together?
No,
I did because why not? It was like with pasta sauce.
I'm
But-
sure it was so good.
But I do think you need to point out that some of those pasta sauces are not a 10.
No.
They're
That's
only
why I
going to be
said
a
it.
5, a 3, a 2. You know what I mean?
I've had some that just taste like tomato paste, and that's not for me. But
No.
if you find a good one with good ingredients, definitely a hot or a 10. Because it's just when some days are so busy, you need something quick and hearty, and pasta sauce is good. And tomatoes are so good for you. They have lycopene. They're antioxidant. I mean, why not?
Right?
Somebody
I
did all
like,
the hard work.
yeah, so true. All right.
Okay, the next one is one that you shared also.
I,
Birthday cake.
okay.
I said it's hot, hot, hot.
Hmm. I think it's hot, 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 by the way. I will eat it no matter
Yeah.
what.
Well, I think, we don't we don't need to indulge all the time. It's a
Okay.
given. But if it's your birthday or someone you love birthday or even someone you kind of likes birthday, this is a day for them to be celebrated or for you to be celebrated. Let's celebrate the birth of you. You're
Mm-hmm.
amazing, wonderful. Let's celebrate it. And
It's hot.
I want my day to be celebrated. And a cake is like it's a part of the whole thing. I want the cards and I don't need gifts, but I want the cards and I want the cake and I want the song, and it's part of it. Without a cake, it's not like it's half empty.
Mm-hmm.
I like a birthday cake.
I do too. I agree. I think there's different, but I also think that you have to like figure out which one is like just not worth it to you.
Absolutely.
Because believe me, there's been parties I go to and those cakes aren't worth it, but I've eaten them.
Oh,
Again, go back to that. I've done it. I don't like Dairy Queen ice cream cake, but
no.
I've eaten like just the chocolate part, or like why? Why am I even eating
Yeah.
any? You
Yeah,
know?
I agree. Okay, then I went a different route.
Okay.
Therapy. I say it's hot.
Yeah, I totally do. But why this?
Because if you can't see well, you'll go to the eye doctor. If your blood
Oh.
pressure is high, you will go to the doctor. If I'm sick, I went to the doctor to get antibiotics. We need healthcare, and therapy is healthcare for your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Why should it not be hot? It is hot.
Not enough people think of you.
Yeah, and everybody needs therapy. We're all
Mhm.
screwed up.
I agree. I
We're all
agree.
screwed up.
Or join our call to
So,
action. It's like therapy each week for
seriously,
way less price.
that is for sure. And there's more camaraderie and bonding. You don't
Yeah.
feel alone.
It's like group
So,
therapy,
yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Well, I think it's
All right.
interesting you put that on there because my husband just said that a couple weeks ago. He's like, there's such a stigma around this mental health thing. Like, I don't want
Yes.
anybody you don't even want people to know. And it's like, I know, but if more people knew, I don't know. That's part of the reason why I made my kids go at such an early age. Not that they did benefit from it, but because I want them to, like, if they need it more later in life, that they're
Right.
already like, well, it's not that big of a deal. I went when I was 11. Oh, it's not that big of a deal. I've already been. Like, I really think that's important to establish that young and let them know that it's okay.
Yep.
I don't know.
I totally agree.
And I also
think
think
it's,
counseling is great too.
oh yeah.
I think that
it's
should
great
be
because you come from two different backgrounds and with two different ways of living, and then you're supposed to just automatically know how to live together and be together. You don't.
yeah. And there's always there's that expression that said people change, people don't change, and I disagree with that. I think people change all the time.
Yes, yes.
And I think that that's where couples counseling, couples therapy needs to be one of those hot columns. And again,
Yes.
take the stigma away from it. And like every couple should be in it because every couple is messed up and has different things
Yes.
and it's different. And like, you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. That's why I'm saying it's hot.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's hot.
Good
Okay.
point.
The next one, I was all over the place. So then I was like dieting.
Okay.
I think
Like
it's a not.
the term dieting.
Any kind of diet where you're restricted, where you're not allowed to eat foods,
Yeah.
I think it's
So
a
I
not.
don't like the word diet because
Right.
it actually does have a positive note too. Like this is just my diet. This is how I eat. It
Right. I'm
doesn't.
talking about restriction.
Yeah. But aren't cleanses good for you? And that's a diet.
I know this is controversial, but the thing is this, if you think about we've talked about this before, the cabbage soup diet or the keto diet or Atkins, or these are all good temporarily. They'll help you lose weight for sure. Maybe they'll help improve your health, but it's restrictive. And when you restrict any kind of food, you're going to start craving that more and more. And I'm suggesting that instead of dieting in terms of that label, that you say that I'm going to add more fruits and vegetables. And then the focus is less on the chips and cookies.
I see what
You
you're
know?
saying. So it's really just how you're talking about it.
Yes.
Okay. Because if I'm like, quote unquote, trying to not have white processed sugar, technically that's a diet, but I'm not calling it, and I'm just saying, oh, I'm not having sugar right now.
Yeah.
Kinda. Is that what you're kind of like saying, or am I wrong
I
on
think
that?
so. No, I think so. I think that's what I mean.
Okay. But
I
I
don't know, but
actually
it could
think
go anyway.
the word diet is slowly being phased out.
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
Because more and more I hear people say, I'm not eating that. I'm just not eating dairy right now. Or
Yeah.
I'm not eating processed, like I'm hearing that instead of them saying I'm on a diet,
Right. Right.
which I'm actually glad about. So
Yeah, because there needs to be more awareness and not
yeah,
just restricted. You can't just take things out and without knowing why.
yeah,
Anyway, I think that you understand my point. I don't want to
yeah.
keep
On
on fruit.
hot. I think it's hot always, no matter
It's
what.
very hot. Yeah. I know a lot of people are scared to eat fruit because of the sugar in the fruit, but fruit has so much nutrients and it has polyphenols and it has fiber. It has all like good stuff that we need. And if
Yeah.
you say no fruit, you're missing out. I mean, skip the cookie and have a good juicy peach or, something yummy and unctuous, and you get that satisfaction of eating that.
No, I
I
agree.
think it's hot.
I do too.
All right, here's my next one. I don't know if you'll agree. I think you're going to disagree with me on this.
Okay, this will be fun then.
Televisits with doctors.
I think they're hot.
I knew you would. I would
I
say
love them.
that.
I love them. I love them. I love them. Depending on the doctor, but I love them.
I say it's a not. I
No matter
don't
what,
like
like
them.
there's no layer here. Okay, so let's use my 1 to 0 or 1 to 10. Like dermatology, I think you could telehealth that.
Really?
Why can't I stick my face up to the camera and go, look at this rash right here? For certain things, not obviously a full body one. Okay? Obviously for strep throat, no, you can't do that. So I feel like
Yeah.
there's different layers. But when I was having my headaches, why can't it be a telehealth?
I see your point.
Why do I need to go in? Why do I need to drive to downtown Cleveland and take a day off of work, use a sick day, all of that stuff for a 15-minute visit when I can just tell you on the phone what's going on? You can read my test results right while I'm in there's so many things that you don't need to see a doctor for. You can telehealth.
I think you're right. I think I realize I'm a little bit old school on this topic. I like to see a doctor in person. I like to have them look at me and examine me. If I need a doctor, I need to be examined because otherwise why am I going to the doctor?
I think there's layers to it, but I'm overwhelmingly a hot on this one.
I'm a not.
Of course, we
Okay.
different. Wait, I have one more example. When I just got my physical and my blood work done, I don't need to go in there and have her tell me it. Why can't we just
No,
talk?
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Why can't she just be like, all right, Leah, this was high for you. This was not. Like, why do we need to go see you?
No, you're right. You're right.
You know?
I have to amend my answer to that. I don't know.
No, you're still a not. But I think there's layers where I've had more. Anyway, go on. What's your next one?
Yeah.
This is fun. I like when we disagree.
Apple cider vinegar.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, I said it's hot because it serves a couple of different functions. When you have vinegar, particularly apple cider vinegar with the mother, it's that what they call it. It has the stuff in it. It's not clear. It reduces blood sugar rise when you add a little bit to a glass of water and drink it like half an hour before your meal. It can reduce the blood sugar spike. It also, if you soak your lentils, as I talked about in the last episode, with water and apple cider vinegar, it removes the lectins, which cause a lot of GI distress. And I'm sure there's a lot of other benefits to having apple cider vinegar. There are some, you see reels that say they're bad for your teeth if you just have apple cider vinegar with a glass of water. But there are a lot of benefits from apple cider vinegar also.
All right. So, and I don't know if you know the answer to this. What is the mother?
I think it's the way they process it. There's some particles that are. I could quickly look it up. I think it has to do with the fermentation.
And they like
I
are
I
like
think
how
so.
you can get orange juice with the pulp and orange juice without pulp, but you can get
Yeah,
apple
because
cider.
when they remove the pulp, a lot of processes happen and then it
Yeah.
further dilutes it. So I think it's keeping the integrity of the apple cider vinegar intact.
And is apple cider vinegar just apple cider and they like ferment it?
That I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know how they make vinegar on at all. I don't have a clue.
This is an interesting topic.
All right, I have a last one for you.
Okay.
Artificial sweeteners.
No, I used to be so hot on artificial sweeteners. They were my favorite thing in the world, and now I'm a total not.
Yep. It's a not for me as
Are
well.
you? Were you
I cannot tolerate artificial sweeteners. It gives me a lot of GI distress. It makes my stomach very upset. And a lot of people, it can cause diarrhea and bloating and gas. And it also, it's counterintuitive, but it makes you crave more sugar.
Mhm. I'm also doing, I've also discovered that, and I probably shouldn't even say it, but even for diabetics, it's not the sugar that's really what's killing you. Not killing you, but making your sugar going up. It's the amount that you're having.
Oh,
And
yeah,
instead of having artificial, you should just have a good quality sugar and a little bit of it, and it'll really
right.
be satisfying. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
And I
I,
think that's part of the problem. Your body wants the real thing. And then when you don't give it to it, it's like, oh,
yeah.
wait, that wasn't
And
satisfying.
I'm trying to learn a little bit about Truvia because they say Truvia is like really good natural sweetener, but it's processed. I have not found Truvia that isn't highly processed. So I don't
Yeah.
understand. Where do you get it?
Well, I think if Truvia is the same thing as stevia, is that right?
Yes, correct.
So they say that stevia is plant based and
Right.
it's less bad for you. But I think all the artificial sweeteners, they're going to find out that none of them are good for you. But right now, in this day and age, they're saying that stevia is fine. Stevia, monk fruit, all fine.
But those are from a plant, but they're highly
Mm.
processed still. So like unless you're taking a stevia leaf and like eating that or putting that in your food, you're having highly processed sugar. I mean,
Right.
I don't understand it. I don't understand how everybody's saying stevia could be so good when it's highly
Well,
processed.
I think everything is on a scale.
Okay.
So if you can't do sugar because maybe you're a diabetic or you have some other issue, but you want things to be a little sweet, stevia is the best option.
Okay.
So it's like your 1 through 10 scale.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's like a place for it because you need something a little sweet, but you don't want to do like the Splenda and the aspartame and the all the other stuff.
So wouldn't it be better to do like a coconut sugar?
I mean, I think so, but coconut sugar is not as sweet as
It's
like a
not.
stevia. Stevia is so ridiculously sweet.
Yeah. But I think there's so many sweet things you can do that aren't that are
Yeah,
natural.
I agree. If I make a cup of tea for me and my husband and I use sugar and he uses stevia, he says that I didn't put any sugar in it. He always has to add, always, because it's so, so sweet.
Really? He likes it sweet.
Yeah. But he needs to use artificial sugar, so it's important for him.
He can't have honey or maple syrup?
Well, I mean, I don't think he would.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
And
Okay.
here's the revelation that I had. Okay.
Okay.
Which is really not a revelation. It's just stating the obvious. Is that, and you can see by how much you and I disagree about things, all of these things have to be individualized,
Yep.
and you have to see what works for you. I was sitting with Instagram looking at reels, and every other one was so contradictory. Like one says do this, one says do that, one says do this. And it's confusing to me. But I think ultimately you have to decide what works best for you, what works best for your body, and what you like.
Mhm.
I like real sugar compared to artificial sweeteners, and that's better for me, but it may not be better for somebody else. You like plain chocolate chip cookie, which is not a chocolate chip cookie.
I know.
I like the chocolate in there. I want it ooey gooey melting. It has to be individualized. That's the bottom line.
Mhm.
So if someone says, do this, I lost 50 pounds from this, doing this, maybe that won't work for you.
No. It
But
probably
anyway,
won't work for you because you have to make something your own.
Yes, absolutely. Your lifestyle, your body, everything.
Yeah. Well, I like this. I'm going to start keeping a hot or not list for my food.
I like it.
Yeah, me too. So, all right. What are you
So
working on
what's
this?
your...
Yeah.
I'm gonna still try to put my feet up. Hopefully I can kick this cold or whatever it is. And
Okay.
then just start putting my feet up. Back to routine. You?
Yeah, mine is going to be a little different. There's a documentary that was discussed on our podcast, not our podcast, our call to action Saturday. I can't remember what it's called. Do you remember? Hold
Hack
on.
Your Health?
Yeah, was that what it was?
That was
Karen.
one of them on Netflix.
Anyway, I want to watch that documentary, and there's a couple other ones from the retreat that I want to watch, and I want to just start like watching them, and I want to Hack Your Health on Netflix. Yeah. So I want to watch that one or another one. So I just want to watch a documentary on food this week.
Excellent.
Not anything crazy, but that's what I want to do.
I can't wait to hear what you find out.
Me too. All right.
Have a good week.
You too.